Policy Institute. It's the division of Energy Probe, which has been in the energy sector for a long time. So typically when we talk about privatization, we talk about some of the...
There we go.
That's good?
That's good. Yeah.
So typically when we talk about privatization, we talk about potential benefits it might offer consumers, governments, ratepayers, or so on. Or we talk about whether those benefits are worth the cost or whether they will be realized. For example, we might talk about how consumers will benefit from lower prices, from greater competition, or so on. We might talk about technology, for example, that private companies tend to create a culture of innovation and entrepreneurship, and that they can pass that technology and those services on to their consumers or ratepayers. We might talk about the improved service that a private company might have or might not have under private investors as opposed to public ownership. And private ownership, or privatization in general, can also be used as a way to mitigate or try to eliminate political interference from particular sectors. So a government-owned company may be in the business of giving sweetheart deals to particular sectors, particular businesses. And when you privatize it, you can shed light on some of those sweetheart deals and see what's really going on in a particular sector.
Thank you.
And it's not talked about very often, but privatization can also be used as a way to offer some environmental benefits to everyone. So governments have a fairly long track record of getting into environmentally or economically unsound businesses. So nuclear power or coal industry are two pretty potent examples of governments propping up industries that might not have been around had they not had that support. Governments also tend to suppress prices in certain industries. So power, for example, in Ontario was frozen for years, and so it can lead to overconsumption and less efficient use of particular goods. So privatization, again, can shed some light on some of those issues. But in this case, for Hydro One, we're not really talking about any of that kind of stuff. The government's not talking about making the sector more competitive. It's not talking about making it cheaper, more affordable. It's not talking about making it more environmentally friendly. It's not talking about any of those issues that we would normally kind of deal with when it comes to privatization. So it leaves me with the pivotal question of what are we talking about here with Hydro One? And really we're talking about monetization. The government's basically monetizing one asset to fund other assets. In this case it said that it's transit, but it's not about creating an electricity sector that will be better for ratepayers or consumers or the environment. It's about monetizing a particular asset. So I'll leave it at that, but my last point would be, there's a lot of talk about rates, whether your rate's going to go up or down, if it's private or if it's public. So I'll give the bad news and say that your rates are going to go up no matter what. Hydro One's already approved, asked for it, it's already been approved, it's happening, we accept it, whoever is owning it. But if we want to try to mitigate that or deal with it, we have to start talking about a greater reform of the electricity sector, and that's not what's at stake here. Thank you.